John Rocker wasn't just a pitcher. He was a powder keg. In the late 90s, the Atlanta Braves had one of the nastiest bullpens in the game, and Rocker was their closer. But while he brought heat on the mound, it was his mouth that nearly burned down his entire career. From electric fastballs to explosive interviews, Rocker didn't walk the line, he torched it. He was one of the most feared arms in the game, and one of the most hated men in baseball. Before we get into this wild ride through 1990s baseball history, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more stories about Major League Baseball legends, epic baseball highlights, and the most unforgettable players in Major League Baseball history. Born in Statesboro, Georgia in 1974, John Rocker was a local legend before he even threw a pitch in the big leagues. A high school phenom, he was clock throwing 98 miles per hour as a teenager. He was brash, loud, and not afraid to let you know how good he thought he was. And honestly, he had the stuff to back it up. Drafted by the Atlanta Braves in 1993, Rocker worked his way through the minors with one thing on his mind: closing games. And when he finally made it to the majors in 1998, that's exactly what he did. By 1999, he wasn't just good, he was dominant. Rocker saved 38 games that season with a 2.49 ERA and 104 strikeouts in just 72 innings. He was filthy, nasty, intimidating. The mullet, the glare, the walk from the bullpen, it was all part of the show. But then came 2000, and that's when everything changed. In December of 1999, Sports Illustrated published an interview with Rocker that became one of the most controversial pieces in baseball history. In it, Rocker went on a jaw-dropping rant about New York City, immigrants, gay people, minorities, you name it, he had something offensive to say. It was a disaster. Fans were outraged. Teammates were stunned. The Braves were blindsided. Major League Baseball handed him a 28-game suspension, later reduced to 14. But the damage was done. John Rocker wasn't just a closer anymore, he was a villain. By the time he returned in 2000, every stadium was a war zone. Fans booed, they chanted, they threw things. And Rocker, he fed off it, or at least tried to. But he was never the same. His ERA ballooned, his control started to slip, and the media circus never stopped. But Rocker wasn't finished making headlines. He showed up on the reality show Survivor, pitched in independent leagues, and wrote a book where he doubled down on many of his past comments. While most former players fade quietly into retirement, Rocker seemed determined to stay in the spotlight, even if it meant stoking more controversy. Let's talk about the numbers. Because here's the thing, John Rocker could pitch. Across 5 seasons, he posted a 3.42 ERA with 88 saves and 332 strikeouts in 255 innings. In his prime from 1998 to 2000, he was one of the best closers in baseball, no doubt, but all that got buried under the weight of his words. He wasn't just a fireballer, he was a fire starter. And in the end, the fire consumed his career. So how should we remember John Rocker? Was he the talented closer who helped the Braves stay dominant in the late 90s? Or the guy who couldn't keep his mouth shut long enough to stay in the league? The truth is, it's both. Rocker was a product of his time and a cautionary tale. In an era before social media, his words still found a way to explode across every sports page and talk show in the country. If he played today, in the TikTok era, there's no telling how fast he'd get canceled, or how hard he'd lean into the chaos. There's no denying that Rocker's legacy is messy. He was one of the most dominant closers in baseball for a hot second. He was also one of the most divisive figures the sport has ever seen. He didn't just challenge hitters, he challenged the game itself. And while his name will never hang in Cooperstown, it'll forever be etched into baseball history. So what do you think? Was John Rocker an elite closer who got derailed by controversy, or was the controversy always part of the package? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Major League Baseball documentaries, baseball history, and the most unforgettable Major League Baseball legends of all time.